welcome back everyone to another episode of The Arts at EPCC. My name is Dr. Yasmin Flores, and with me today is a very nice gentleman from the art department, Mr. Ivan Esparza. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. So Ivan has with him today two creatures that he has created, and I'm just barely noticing the spikes on this.
Yeah, be careful with them.
Right, I know. So tell me a little bit about this. You mentioned that this is spooky.
Yeah, that's how his nickname.
Okay,
Yeah,
I love it. And so what did you create this one for?
So my work kind of revolves around change and transformation.
Okay.
Especially of everyday objects and what some people would call scrap. And basically what the potential for upcycling those materials is what drives my work.
Okay.
So I can kind of guide you to this sculpture. I don't know if you can identify some of the
things that are in here. I will start from the very top. So those are nails.
Those are steel rods.
Oh, steel rods.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, because they are a little bigger, too big to be nails.
Yeah, it was just scrap metal.
Okay.
They have laying around.
Awesome. And then I am, for the life of me, trying to figure out what this box is. Oh, it's a gas, or no. Is it like a Tide, like the detergent?
Correct.
Yes, I finally figured it out. I was like, what is this? But it's upside down.
Yeah.
What are, oh, so I know,
those are.
How cool is that? That took me a while, and the only reason why it dawned on me is because you had them in the back.
Yeah.
So that is really cool, and I love that. You know, with the paint job, it made it look like it's metal.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. That is so cool. And so these connectors, what is that?
That is wire conduit. Just basically a piece of 2-inch higher wires.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. We also have this is like a coffee lid. And this is part of a light bulb.
Oh, that is really cool. Now, was there a competition, or was there something in particular that you created this for?
So there's a series I made, and they take place in this post-apocalyptic world I created.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of the aesthetic. They have like all beat up and recycled from materials left behind.
How cool is that? That is so awesome. And I can, we right before the show, of course, you guys were playing with the lights, and I have a light sensitivity. I'm so sorry for everyone at home. But yes, they were trying to put some bright lights on these. And so, but I think this is outstanding. And this whole collection, is there more to this collection?
Yeah, there's like 8 more sculptures of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So have you ever shown your collections like at museums or?
In a couple of places. The first time I probably showed it was my senior exhibition at UTEP.
Okay.
When I graduated. Actually, those are the pieces I created for that exhibition.
That's great.
And I don't know if you know, it used to be La Amano Gallery.
Okay.
Basically downtown around Piedras.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's a place there.
Awesome. Well, maybe there's some artists out there or some folks out there that help, they're on the board of a museum or something that would be interested in showcasing these. Now, this one over here appears to have more actual metal parts to it.
Actually not.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is had a lot of stuff. So on this piece, I 3D modeled some parts and 3D printed them.
Okay.
For example, all the legs are 3D printed.
Yes.
This upper body part, the skull is also 3D printed.
3D printed.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
And we have also some scrap metal, some fun objects like the plasma globe inside.
What are these cylinders?
That's a piece of duct, like a piece of metal, like a can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Maybe like a paint can or something. Got it. And then you painted it, and you installed these lights, which I think is fantastic. Now, what I find fascinating, how do you make the plastic light up like that, the orange, the spikes on the head?
So that's acrylic, and most acrylic will light up.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's super cool.
Yeah, they actually sell special acrylic to light up like this.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, it is.
That is super cool. And so what was your inspiration for this collection? You said post-apocalyptic world, which is tomorrow, essentially.
Yeah, I know. So basically, that was kind of the inspiration. And we were, I don't know, going through some rough stuff here in the country, and it got me thinking, like, okay, so this could be a possible future for us if we don't behave a little bit better.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
So that was the idea. Basically.
Yeah, I love that, and it's and I think it's also through artists that we start to. It helps us imagine what things would be like too. Yeah. Because there are people, and I know some folks, and I'll say some folks at home that can never seem to picture things, right?
Okay.
And so when I'm trying to describe, like, oh, it'd be cool if we had an arch here, and it'd be cool if we did this, and the person cannot picture any of these things. And so it takes an artist to try to create something like this, and you go, oh my God, because I mean, there's no denying how weird this is, but a possibility. And we were just talking to one of our cameramen just a moment ago about AI as well. Yeah. And so this kind of reminds me of AI. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm picturing if AI could create its own pet, right? Maybe it would just 3D print its own ideas.
I'm pretty sure.
It would assemble it and go, this is our pet now, and we don't have to feed it because look, it's a robot. It's it's not a real thing. And so that's so amazing. I don't know if folks can see this at home, but there's a little ball in the middle, in the chest area of this cat. And tell me what you call this again.
The sculpture?
Yes.
It's called Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney.
Yeah.
Love it. And this little ball in the middle, how do you create that, like, moving?
That's actually plasma. So plasma. So basically, you get plasma where you get high current and vacuum.
Okay.
You get those little branches going up.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever play with those plasma globes. You touch them and you get the.
Now I know.
Yeah,
yes.
That's basically what it is.
Okay, that's finally dawning on me. And so when you say plasma, I'm thinking of the plasma that they pull out of your blood.
Oh,
that's
no,
probably different.
That's a different plasma, yeah.
It's a different kind of plasma. Okay, how cool is that? That is really awesome.
Thank you.
So, and what are you currently working on right now?
So, well, I have some projects going on. I'm working on my portfolio since I'm planning to apply to grad school in the fall.
Okay, wonderful.
So I'm working on that. A couple of weeks I just finished a sculpture for this exhibition, and it's going to be called Art on the Rim. I don't know if you heard about it.
No.
So it's they choose some sculptures and they will display it on Rim Road.
Oh,
over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so it's going to be outside. You can drive in and see the sculptures.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
I feel like I should tell our folks at home that there is no thunder. There's somebody fixing the roof. So just an FYI. So apologize for the noise. But so you are creating these, and so they're going to be outdoor sculptures, you said?
It's just one sculpture that I created for that exhibition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like kinetic sculpture. You can adjust little arms. It's almost like it's called espiga. It's almost like kind of like those little things you get when you're riding on the grass that gets in your clothes. I don't know.
Oh, stickers?
Yeah, stickers.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, an abstract shape of that.
Oh, how cool.
And you can adjust the little arms.
Oh, that's neat. That's fun. So you know what I was thinking was that, and you know better than I do, because again, I'm from music. So there's artwork that you do just drive by and enjoy, and I'm thinking of, I think it was in Amarillo, the cars that are sticking out of the ground.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's that in Amarillo, and I think maybe in Marfa, I want to say that they have something similar.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, and so it's that kind of idea. And so you're saying this would be here in El Paso. right?
Yes.
That's good. I love that. I'm glad to see that the city is branching out and trying new ideas, right? Because it's crazy, but I still think of art in a museum.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I still picture it like, oh, I'm gonna go and see some art today.
Most art is inside a museum. Basically, just sculpture can be outside.
Right.
Like public art or public sculpture.
Right. There are some murals.
Sure.
Yeah.
True. Some murals too, but most of the different disciplines have.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so well, I think that's fantastic. Now, and I didn't tell everybody at home what you do for the art department. So you work in the art office.
So I'm a lab assistant, or basically a studio technician.
Okay.
So yeah, and we do several things. We're kind of like the guys behind the scenes, making sure the studios are up to code with the school policies and federal regulations. We also help some faculty to instruct students with the safety protocols and the use of tools.
Yes.
What else would we do over there? A lot of things. We do some maintenance and repair also to the studios in general and some equipment.
Okay, yeah, and it's so if for folks at home that are not familiar with Valle Verde, the Valle Verde campus, and specifically the A building at Valle Verde, and you all also have art labs. Is it Northwest?
It's on Trans Mountain and I think Northwest too.
Okay, all right. I don't know if Mission has anything. I think Mission's developing something.
Yeah. I think
yes. So Mission is in a development stage with some art labs over there, I believe. I know for a fact Trans Mountain does because Lisa Miller is there. And then Northwest, is that Zoe?
I think Zoe's also in Trans Mountain.
Oh, she's always, so I'm thinking of the other one. Is it Chloe? But
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember. There's more art folks than there are.
There's a lot of us.
And so I'm trying to remember who's where. But so you all have these, so I can speak about the labs at Valle Verde, and essentially so the folks at home can kind of get an idea. My office happens to be right around the corner, so I see you all almost every day, right? So there's the art office, and then there's these classrooms that have these tall, kind of very similar to your biology room tables, right, where people can put a piece of artwork and start working on it, and then from there, if they need to wash brushes or if they need to wash, they have sinks in each of these classrooms. One of the classrooms leads to the outdoors, which allows them to see, like anytime they need to melt something.
Yeah, we have a little furnace outside. I don't think it's working right now, but we do use welders and plasma cutters, so that has to be done outside.
Right. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, because I think Louis, who works with you in the lab, and he's told me a little bit about I call it a cauldron, but whatever the proper term is for that. And so, and I saw him just the other day, speaking of going over all the lab rules.
Yes.
With Brack's class,
exactly.
Brack Murrow. And he was talking to all the students. I saw a little collection of students in one of the little side offices there. And so, I mean, what are some of the things that could go wrong?
So, if you're wearing, shoes that are not proper for welding, for example, you can burn your feet. Burn your clothes. Oh
gosh.
So you can using maybe a metal saw or some of the bandsaw, you can cut yourself, and those machines are really dangerous if you don't know how to use them properly.
Right.
So it's really, really important to students to know how to use them.
Okay. All right. So with metals, or when you were talking about that, so are you talking about like melting metal and it would be dripping, or?
When you're welding, you're basically melting metal. So sometimes if you have your settings too high, it will drip. I mean, that happens to me. You get a nasty burn on your skin.
I bet. And so shoelaces, no, right?
No, always work shoes, preferably when you're working with a welder or machines that can burn you or stump you.
Okay.
But, and always wear your glasses. We have different equipment you're supposed to use depending on each machine.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay. Yeah, so art can be dangerous.
Yeah, but it's also really fun.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is. And one of the things that I love about the A building and the
Mm-hmm.
Via Verde campus is that I'm literally right around the corner from all down the hallways. They'll have all the beautiful drawings and paintings, and I'm so glad to see that. And
Yeah.
I'm glad they started using the main hallway,
Yeah.
right? Because for a long time, they only used to use the area around the art offices,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody, sadly, nobody really goes that route
Yes.
because people are heading down, to exit the building. And so I think it was Bracken Isadora that
Mm-hmm.
started to go, hey, let's start using the main.
Yes.
And so so it's allowed us to see a lot of these new whatever the latest
Mm-hmm.
art is. And some of these students are fantastic.
Yes, they are. I mean,
yeah.
I even find inspiration for my own work sometimes in there.
Oh,
I like
nice.
to walk the hallways and see the students' work. Like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, there was one, I think it was Frank Rimbach. He did a project where they must have taken a picture of like the front of their house or something, or something, because I remember a lot of those photographs, or not, but they were drawings, and they were like driveways with like
Okay.
a car,
Yeah.
literally like a house with a car. And it was something they were so beautifully done, but it was something from like your everyday life,
Yes.
like very mundane, right? But
Yeah.
just a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. I enjoyed seeing that one. The self-portraits.
Oh, yeah, those are amazing.
Drawing the face. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, do you draw? Are you
I used to draw. I
Okay.
mean, it's not my forte. But
okay. You're more of a sculptor.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Totally.
So, drawing the face is the hardest thing in the world. I don't know why.
Hands are harder than the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Hands.
Well, at least for me,
Okay.
they're really hard. And I know some people who feel the same way.
Yeah, how interesting. Yeah, and there was actually, I do remember a set of hands. Now that one of the instructors had people drawing.
Drawing those hands.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the exercises you can encounter when you're studying arts.
Okay.
Drawing a lot of hands, drawing a lot of feet, faces, different
Right.
types of bodies.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. And so as an art major,
Mhm.
and especially for those of you that are looking at the AA in art,
Mhm.
right? What are so we talk about design 1, design 2.
Yeah.
There's also drawing 1, drawing 2.
Mhm.
This would be, is this design 1, design 2?
This is sculpture.
Okay.
But this is like more advanced sculpture, so
Got it.
I don't think EPCC has that program right now.
Okay.
It's just more the fundamentals of sculpture.
Sure. So they would probably have to go through a design class first.
But yeah, design is one of the fundamental classes. You need
Okay.
to learn like how to compose your color theory and all of that.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then once they graduate from EPCC and they head to a program like UTEP or NMSU, and that's where you start to take these classes and you start to kind of,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, depending on what major you choose, you kind of focus on that.
Okay, got it. And so does UTEP, and since you went to UTEP, so you have a better idea. So when you get to UTEP, is it a degree in art sculpture?
The actual degree is studio art.
Okay.
So it's a bachelor's in fine arts in studio art.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And so, but that doesn't distinguish like this person is a painter.
Yeah, you kind of choose like a concentration. So my concentration was sculpture, and
Okay.
I have two minors. One is metalsmithing, and the other is graphic design.
Oh, nice. Okay, how about that? That's very cool. What is your end goal for yourself?
For myself,
Yes.
Finishing my master's,
Yes.
and hopefully expanding my practice, pushing the boundaries of traditional sculpture,
Okay.
and I don't know, maybe someday teach.
Yes. Okay. So you enjoy working. What age group do you enjoy the most?
College.
College.
Yes.
Yeah.
College.
I mean, same. Hello. Right? Yeah, I am, I think, a little too honest, a little too brutal for actually my high school students, when I teach clarinet and I go out to the high schools, they're usually pretty okay.
Okay.
And if they can handle it, I'll tell them like, this is really bad,
Yeah.
like, you know, and just break it down to them. But yeah, it is, I think, refreshing and nice to work with adults who
Yes.
can handle like, just burn it, throw it down, it's awful, you know, whatever the critique
and
is.
especially in the arts, it's like daily you have to accept critique, either it's good
Right.
or not. You just accept it and move on, you know. Don't take it personally.
I know, yes. Yeah, you can't take the critique
No.
personally. You just have to
Yeah,
take it for what it is and go, okay,
exactly.
let me fix this and I'm going to make it better and I'll come back.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it is. I love that. So, so now your end goal is hopefully to get a teaching job. And what about on the side? Because so many of these folks I've noticed, they're either showcasing their stuff at museums. Some, I know in other places, some will own or create a museum. Like, who's the guy here in town? Hal Marcus, for example, right?
Yes, he gallery.
Yes, a very interesting gallery.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that something that you see yourself doing?
Maybe. I mean, to be honest, I don't think much about other stuff right now. I'm kind of concentrating and finishing my master's degree. And
Right.
we'll see what comes after.
It's
you know.
good to be open-ended that way. Yes, because I'm a little more like I can picture, you know, exactly how I want my end days to be, you know. and so sometimes it's good to be open-ended because then you're open to new ideas.
Exactly.
Like you don't get married to that one idea, right?
And you don't get disappointed sometimes, right?
Exactly. Like, darn it, that was my
Yeah.
one dream. So I like that. And so you've kept yourself very open-ended to a lot of
Yes.
different ideas. Your ideal town, you love living here? You live
Yes,
in LA?
yes. I do love living here, but I'm open to move to another place. I mean, I'm always open to new experiences and learn new stuff, learn for new people. I mean, just leaving the country, I don't know, and spending a couple of years working with different sculptures. I don't know, all the things I can learn, their perspective, I mean, their motivations, you know.
Yeah, I know New Mexico is a big hotspot for a lot of artists, and LA, and I don't know Chicago. Yes, Chicago. Of course, New York is
definitely.
LA, New York is really where it's at. But there are a few other pockets around the country, Austin and other places that have a strong interest in art from the general population. So that's really wonderful. Now, where are you from?
I'm from Juarez.
Okay.
I moved here approximately 15 years ago.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And so you went through schooling here, and what inspired you to become an artist?
So I always kind of like play with my toys and disassemble them and make new toys with them.
Okay.
So I always have that curiosity of how things work. And when I was younger, I used to play guitar. I was in a band for 12 years.
Oh my goodness. How funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess I always have that curiosity for art and expressing myself in this type of way.
Yeah, how interesting. That is awesome. Yeah, because I am always fascinated to know how people pick their career path. You know, was it one specific moment? I mean, for you, was it one specific moment?
Actually not. I was kind of divided, working mostly in IT.
Oh, wow.
And on my free time, I would work in my art and music.
Right.
Yeah.
And the hobby became the profession.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so it came to a point that like, okay, what am I doing? I'm an artist. I'm gonna go for it, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I finally decided to go for it.
Yeah.
Went back to school.
Yes.
And here I am.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really wonderful. Well, I want to tell everyone at home. So again, this is Ivan Esparza. He works with Louis Salazar in the art office.
Correct.
At Valverde. And so we offer art appreciation at any one of the campuses. But the specific art classes are at VV, at TM, at Northwest.
And Mission, I think
And
they have
Mission,
drawing.
okay, yes. So if you are interested in the art program, you can actually reach out to Sadella Aguilar, and we'll put her email there at the bottom. She is one of the coordinators, along with Zoe.
Yeah, I think so. Is the
I think,
coordinator.
okay, yes. And so I'll double check with that. But yeah, so that way, if you're interested in getting your associates in art, you can join us and eventually create sculptures like these that look like metal, but some of it's plastic.
Correct.
Right? And 3D printed. That's
Yes.
so cool. Well, Mr. Esparza, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And so you'll have to come on the show again in
Sure.
a few years, and we'll see how you're doing
Perfect.
and see where you are. And so, yes, so if you want to know more information about Mr. Esparza and his creations, you can also reach out to him, and we'll put his email at the bottom of the screen. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.